All right. Well, speaking of schools and school nonsense and whatnot, I got another school story here for you.
Okay.
A white high school teacher is arrested in Texas.
Okay.
After classroom attack on a black student is caught on a video.
Oh, boy. Okay.
A teacher in a Texas high school has been arrested and charged with assault after her alleged assault on a student was caught on film.
Oops.
Was it really caught on film?
Well, digital film, I guess.
It was recorded on video.
It's caught on a phone.
Film at 11.
Well, this is definitely better. This has nothing to do with nothing, but I was listening to one of our best of segments. Do you remember the segment from the reporter in Detroit that started?
Yeah, the one who talked about the happy juice and all that? Yeah.
I listened to that yesterday. What a great segment.
Yeah. Broke into the guy's house next door and enjoyed all his food in his refrigerator.
But she just went with all the street slang.
Yeah.
We got in for the chronic. So good. Anyway, go ahead.
This is why the average person out there hates black people.
Okay.
I mean, that's true. It's just like, you guys need to assimilate and get with normal society, or you're always going to be castigated. Always.
Okay.
That's true.
What specifically are you talking about?
I'm talking about, well, just like that reporter.
Oh, the reporter. I thought you meant the story.
No, not the story. I'm just talking about that example.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what? Normal society or whatever, they don't roll that way. And you're all, if you choose, and just like the Facebook Live thing we played earlier tonight.
Sure.
If you continue acting out like that, no one is ever going to accept you as normal society. Ever.
Yeah.
You're always going to be an outcast. You're always going to be castigated. You're always going to be a target of disdain and hate because you can't get with the program.
Right.
Or you refuse to get with the program, and you just think everybody should bend the way that you conduct yourself. And that's never going to happen.
No.
It's never going to happen.
I would say this, though, and you can agree or disagree, but I think, like with anything else, that the black people that are acting that way are like the lower end.
Well, perhaps, but those are the ones
everybody.
but those are the ones that are highlighted, which leaves most people to believe that all of them are like that.
Right, and that's my point. Is I mean, I have a lot of black friends / business people that I deal with that are not fucking
right, but those aren't the ones
snake.
that are but those are not the ones that are the spotlight is put on.
No, of course not. They're definitely not street niggers.
Right.
I mean, there's a definite difference.
Yeah. So the ones that are respectable people and act normal and have normal lives and go to work every day and just conduct themselves like everybody else, those are not the ones that are in the highlight. It's just the ignorant acting ones that make it bad for everybody.
And unfortunately, with everything, it's just like the Muslim community. Most Muslims are just generally just trying to get through fucking life.
Exactly.
You know? And you've got these fringe ass fucks that are fringe ass fucks. And but because of them, that's what every Muslim is to the general public. And I think it's the same way in the black community too. Overwhelmingly. I mean, from the, and again, I guess it probably depends on where you live and who you know or whatever. Overwhelmingly, the people that I know are not street level douchebag black fucking ignorant ass fucks.
Right, of course.
But the ones that get any kind of media play, any kind of attention, are. You know, and that's even in professional circles, like fucking athletes and musicians. You know, the musicians, I mean, think about who's the most famous musicians, black artists right now. Fucking Snoop Dogg or Jay-Z.
Yep.
Or, you know, so you got Jay-Z, an admitted drug dealer, you know, that found success writing fucking bad rap songs, or Snoop Dogg, who's a fucking chronic head, you know, and who's killed people himself. You know, those are the guys that get the most attention, you know, and they don't, and there's some sort of, because of that, you don't have, what was the guy's name that was like the clean rapper? It was a long time ago, but Bust a Move guy, what was his name? Just Bust a Move.
Oh, I know.
Was that Young MC?
Young MC.
Yeah, Young MC was a clean cut rapper, and he got no love. Because he wasn't a scumbag.
Right. He wasn't street, man.
He didn't have enough street cred. You know, I mean, and are there some? There are some. LL Cool J comes to mind. You know, that legitimate artist, and at the same time not a street level asshole. You know, but overwhelmingly that sells. That sells to that community to not assimilate. And unfortunately, that's the way it works. You know, if nobody wants to assimilate anymore, dude, nobody wants to assimilate. Nobody wants to be an upstanding person. Everybody wants to be part of a collective, and everybody picks their collective anymore. Whether it's a black thing or a white thing or a American thing or a foreigner or a Muslim or a Christian or whatever, everybody picks their poison now. Nobody tries to actually just get along with everybody anymore. That fucking idea is long gone.
Yep.
And it's pathetic that it is long gone, but it's long gone. That's why we're fucked. That's why 50 years from now, probably won't be in America anymore. It's going to be fucking dead. It's going the way of Rome. I believe that. You don't believe that?
Oh, I do.
I mean, I think it's over, dude.
Well, no civilization has lasted more than a little over 200 years.
Not without major chaos.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Egyptians have been around for ever and a fucking day, but at the same time, they come with fucking leadership that fucking cracks the fucking skulls. You know, they don't put up with any bullshit, that's for sure. They don't have any freedom in their existence. That's for damn sure.
All right. Well, Mary Hastings is a 63-year-old geometry teacher in Ozen High School in Beaumont, Texas, a city about 120,000, about 90 miles east of Houston. Who else was from Beaumont, Texas? Famous person.
Beaumont?
Yeah. Singer, female singer.
I don't know. Who?
Janis Joplin.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I heard she was an amazing piece of ass.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know she was from Beaumont.
Every documentary I've ever seen where they talk about that she could fuck like no one's business.
She didn't give a shit. That's why she had no care. She had no, she didn't have to live up to any standard.
Right. Oh, who is this lady in the chat room?
Could be the geometry teacher, Mary Hastings.
That looks like the head in Total Recall. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
On Friday, during her fourth period math class, she was filmed attacking a student who reportedly asked about a grade.
Okay.
What preceded the attack was not clear. Of course, there's more to the story, of course, but that's the part that we don't get.
Yeah, that's the part that's not on video.
Of course.
Not on film.
On film.
Right.
Girls on film. It's a little Duran. Because you're stopping him from graduating, you idiot ass.
Ooh.
Hastings said in a video, pushing papers off the student's desk and slapping him 5 times with an open palm.
Wow.
When the student asked why she had hit him, why you did that? There you go. Hastings repeated her words, mocking him. That was the question the kid asked. Why you did that? That's actually...
You be smacking me and shit.
Well, that's exactly how it's written, too. Apparently, your education has not gone very far if you're still speaking that way.
Yeah, this is a high school?
This is a high school.
Ugh. How did this kid get this far? Why was he not flunked?
It's cultural.
Okay, so he's allowed to be stupid.
He's allowed.
Mm.
After the widely shared video was posted on Twitter on Friday,
Wow.
Hastings was arrested that day and charged with 1 count of assault.
Okay.
She was released on a $2,500 bond. A Tyree, A-T-Y-R-A, a Tyra DeRound, a 10th grader at Ozen, who witnessed the attack, told the news that the attack was out of character. She was a really cool teacher. It was just that particular day. Other students who talked to KHOU, but whom the TV station did not name, I just didn't think that Miss Hastings would do something like that to one of her students, one of them said.
Okay.
She is a caring teacher, another said. She cares for us students, but students do give her a hard time sometimes. Durone said that the attack was vicious as it appeared on the video. He asked Miss Hastings for the grade or whatever, and she went AWOL. I don't know what that means. She went AWOL?
I think that she thought it was another word, but, you know, kind of like the old O&A clip where they said the guy passed out and they started giving him UPS.
Durone said she picked up a bucket of papers and threw it at him.
Bucket of papers?
A bucket of papers.
The fuck is that?
I don't know. It must be teaching those kids in Houston something different than I'm aware of.
Yeah.
But,
all right.
But Durone said such behavior was unexpected. Hastings was not known as a stern person. She was a cool teacher. She wasn't always mad, Durone said. But when she was ready to teach us, for us to learn, she got serious. But she was always a laid-back teacher and cool with the kids.
Okay.
Hastings declined to comment to 12 News. In a statement, the Beaumont Independent School District, of which Ozen's high school is a part of, responded to the alleged assault, saying it had substantiated the conduct.
The school substantiated, as in said that it did happen?
I guess that's what they're saying.
Okay.
This is poorly written, in my opinion.
Okay.
They confirmed that that's probably what happened.
Okay.
Let's see here.
So fired.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. She's done.
Yeah. Because she's obviously pretty racist and shit.
Well, I'm not going that far, but I think she was going through menopause, had one of them hot streaks, and that kid just fucked her wrong.
A hot flash?
Yeah. And that kid just rubbed her the wrong way.
Right. Or didn't rub her the right way. One or the other.
Ain't nobody rubbing that anymore.
Right.
Jesus Christ. That's 30 years past flicking that bean. Fuck that. Yuck.
What are you trying to say, Chris?
That chicks are ugly when they're old.
Is that right?
That's what I'm saying.
And
when they get old, they get fucking ugly and useless.
Right. The Beaumont Independent School District can confirm that the Ozen High School teacher was arrested today for physically assaulting a student. The conduct was substantiated by video footage viewed. Oh, shoot. My browser went wonky on me here.
Oops.
Things are kind of like getting here for some reason.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Computer locking up on all the viruses from this fucking story?
Probably.
What's this on?
This was on the Washington Post.
Oh, wow. Probably been on the story too long. They want to charge you on the paywall. You spent too long looking at this story, sir. Insert 30 cents.
Right. We want 39 cents for you to continue reading.
Right.
Well, let's see here. Yeah. So the district is committed to providing a safe and secure environment for our students. BISD does not condone employees abusing any child and will not tolerate such conduct.
In other words, like I said before, fired, so fired.
Right. The teacher was immediately removed from the classroom and placed on administrative leave.
That's right, until they get the paperwork done. Then she'll be placed on non-administrative leave, like
right.
Leave the state.
Exactly. So that's that.
Yeah, well, she's wrong on that. You can't fucking smack a kid. I'm not saying the kid doesn't deserve it, but you can't fucking smack a kid anymore. You know, the old days of taking a good fucking smack from a teacher to fucking govern you a little bit are gone.
Yeah, now straighten up.
Dude, I miss those days. And I'll be honest, I didn't like getting whacked by my teachers.
Do you think anybody liked getting whacked by their teacher?
No. Dude, I was always scared to death to take the paddle. You remember those days? When
they used to take you out in the hall and give you a whack.
Yeah, a good solid one. I remember the teacher, I don't know about your schools, but my school, I went to Wise School in Streetsboro. And every teacher, right next to the door, you had a pencil sharpener and a hook that had their paddle.
Yeah.
And their paddles, all their paddles were painted. A lot of them had holes drilled in the end. You know, they had names painted on them. The Equalizer and Johnny Payne and all these different names. And our teachers used to have fun fucking with us with that. I remember this one teacher, Miss Murray. Miss Murray used to say that to me all the time because I was a problem child.
You?
Be like,
no way.
Yeah, I know. Imagine that. And she'd be like, you don't want to go in the hall and meet Johnny Payne, do you? And I knew what that meant. It meant get my ass fucking smashed by a fucking paddling. From her and her paddle was jet black with holes in it. And let me just tell you, that fucking paddle hurt like a motherfucker, man. The squishiness of your ass getting jammed into those little holes as she took a shot. Whew, that fucking paddle had some pain to it.
Right.
But you know what? I didn't act up very often in Miss Murray's class. That's for damn sure.
Well, again, when I was, when I was going to school, not a lot of people acted up that I remember.
Dude, the only times that I would really act up in school was if I got way too hyper on the playground, like either before school or at recess, or a lot of times if they did the shit with fucking like cake or something, because I was a sugar baby, like there ever was. Like I was hyper anyway. I was hyperactive. Like took Silert and Ritalin for fucking years, and I was always way, way hyper anyway. And then you add a fucking piece of cake or something to that. Oh, I was off the rails. I couldn't fucking sit still. And then if I couldn't sit still, the minute the teacher turned around, I was fucking punching somebody in the neck or throwing spitballs at the teacher or whatever. I was always in trouble when I got all hyped up. And, I used to have to take medicine at lunchtime. I used to have to go at lunch and take half a Silert at lunch just so that I could get through the second half of the day without fucking acting up. And even that didn't stop me half the time. It was a fucking mess. I took a lot of swats. I mean, a lot. I'll bet you 12 years of school, I know I got paddled every year. I would say I took 500 swats in
500, really?
Through my 12 years, yeah.
Really?
Sure.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I would probably about once every 2-3 weeks.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it was never one swat. You always got like 2 or 3 at a hit. You always got a couple of cracks. And you may remember this, you may not. I'm sure you had 0 swats in school.
Yeah.
Of course you did. But do you remember when the teachers would send you out in the hall and they'd try and make you apologize for something? And then every time they would be like, okay, what do you got to say for yourself? And I would always be like, I got nothing to say. That's another one. Okay. That's another one. Okay. I was that guy that would end up getting like 5 fucking swats.
Wow, look at you.
Because I would never, then or now, I would never apologize for a goddamn thing. I was like, fuck you, you're going to have to beat me to death. I'm not going to fucking apologize.
Not
I will not do it. I would never do it. That was not in my DNA, and it's still not.
Hail and Kill Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, boys, how are you?
Hey, it's Aussy Ace. What's up, Ozzy?
Nearly, I thought you were going to Vegas or something, and you've been online.
2 weeks.
Okay, right. I was just going to tune in on that school thing there you're talking about with the getting the canes and whatever. I went to a Catholic school and boys' school, and we used to have a competition running who could get the most straps by the end of the year.
A lot of good that did you, right, Ozzy?
Hey, it was just a competition, you know what I mean? So, but it sorted out the week and whatever. So you'd be like, because the teacher had a strap, I'd say it was made out of rubber tire. It would have been 12 inches long, 2 inches wide by about an inch thick, and there was about 3 to 4 layers of rubber tire sewn together.
We're talking about a paddle here, not a dildo, right?
No, this was not a dildo. This bastard hurt, I'll tell you. So, and the max they could give you was 6. So if you did something wrong, teacher would call you up. But anyway, it came down to the end of year 9 we were in. It was me and Paul Murphy, and he was on 192 straps, and I was on 194 or something. Last day, and the teacher, we were in a class where the teacher stands in the middle, and he's can open the door, and he's looking at 2 classes.
Okay.
Right, so he's minding the other class because the teacher had to go out or something like that, and it was Raz. He was a hard ass. He sometimes would get you to hold the railing outside when it was cold. and people started just pretending to hold it, and Raz would fucking stand there and go, "Don't be weak, hold that railing." So anyway, we're at last day. Teacher goes, "I'm minding this class next door. I need to give them a demo. Who wants 6 of the best, so I can show the other class what they're going to get if they fuck around." So me and Murphy have got the hand up. Anyway, I got called up, got the 6. I beat him by 6 straps, 198 for the year, just for fun.
Look at you. You're giving Chris a run for his money.
He probably beat me, 198 a year.
Absolutely.
I only got like 512 years.
And how long is your school year in Australia there, Ozzy?
Just 12 months, 1 year, like.
So you go to school year round?
No, just regular, like, grade.
No. How long is a school year? How long is this? Here in the States, it's normally 9 months.
With holidays and all that, it would be similar.
So you go to school 9 months out of the year?
Well, yeah, 12 months, and I think it's during the year.
Ozzy. We have from June to August is off. There's no school from June to August. Do you have that?
No.
Well, how many months in the year do you attend school?
You attend school all year. You have, at Easter time, the kids have 2 weeks off. Then in another 3 months, they have another 2 weeks off. And then generally, Christmas time, they have 7 weeks off, and that's it.
Oh, well, that's almost 2 months over Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so basically you go to school for about 10 months a year.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
All right.
But anyway, one of the teachers, he's a little bit of a spin-out story for you. One of our teachers, his name was Mr. Traddles, looked like David Bowie. Blonde hair, waved up, and he was the only one that was we didn't know if he was queer or what, you know.
What do you mean by queer, Aussy? I mean, what are you trying to say?
He was the only teacher that wouldn't strap you in front of the class. He would say, "Meet me after school in my office."
Did he suck your dick?
4 p.m. or whatever. Hey?
Did he suck your dick?
No, he didn't.
He did paddle your balls?
There was no paddling ham, I can tell you. Or rooting hands either. I was listening to an old episode of old Chris with the hand.
That was a big hit.
Here's the funny part about it. When you got down there and saw him, he was fine. You'd, knock on the door, he'd be at his desk, right? You know what you did wrong. Boom, you get your 6, and you basically walk out and whatever. Well, how's this for a story? About 6 months, I had him for only 2 subjects, like science, I think, and something else. But anyway, we all find out where's Mr. Travels. He won't be taking your class any longer. Well, how long's he off for? Well, I don't think he'll be coming back. We found out his father was having an affair with his wife.
So his father was having an affair with his daughter-in-law?
No, with his wife.
Yeah, well, if it's his father having an affair with his wife, it would be the father's daughter-in-law, correct?
Yes, correct. Right, so he found out about it, Traddles did. You know what he did? He got his old man, tied him up to a chair, cut each finger off until he admitted he was having the affair.
Jesus.
This is fair income. And then he got his wife. I think he then killed him, the father. Then he done the same to his wife. Sat her up, tied her up, cut all her fingers off, and said until she admitted. And both bodies were found cut up perfectly and put in a freezer chest.
Wow.
And the weird part was when it all came out, where we're like, fuck, how many times did Traddles take you down to the office? He could have maniaced you, you know? And the one person I feel sorry for, they had a son. After this happened, the son continued to go to school there, and the poor young kid who was, I don't know, in the younger age group or whatever, because that school did start at grade 5, so he could have been 11 or 12, and no one spoke to him and whatever, but yeah, so basically, after that, it was like, oh, I got this many straps off the psycho.
Jesus.
So, yeah, old Traddles, it was a big story, and they tried to cover it up a bit and whatever, and but we all found out, yeah. And then I think he killed himself then after that. Yeah. So, that was, Catholic school, yeah. So there's a little bit of a story there for you. So,
Jesus. All right.
I'll Mr. Traddles. Yeah, he looked like Bowie. He had the whole blonde hair going up in the S, up and like the stray cats and yeah.
Wow.
But I will admit that when you went down there into that room of his, you didn't know what was going to happen, but you didn't try any bloody fiddling anyway.
He might cut your fingers off. Holy shit!
Exactly. Something I didn't even know about transgender back then.
Wow.
So,
all right, Aussy.
Anyway, boys, I'll let you go and get back into it, and yeah.
All right,
I'll try and stay on topic.
All right, hail and kill.
Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. Hands up!
Jesus.
don't mean to laugh about then I think he just went off and killed himself. It's just so nonchalant about it.
The shit that happens to our listeners on this show.
I have never, ever witnessed anything close to any of this.
Me either. I mean, I've had paddlings, but Jesus Christ, I've never had teachers cutting off fingers and fucking then
killing their parents, killing his wife. Holy shit.
That's some stuff. Holy smokes.
Wow.